Did you all introduce yourselves already? Looks like we have some guests.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure about Cassie though.
Yeah, I can hop on. My name's Cassie. It's she was on here, but legally is Knavel. Eventually, after 3 years of marriage, I changed my name over. I just live in Waller. I've seen some of the group posts in the Facebook group and stuff like that. So I just thought maybe I'd hop onto a meeting, kind of see what y'all are about and what you do, and if I'm interested in kind of joining, since I can probably contribute to some of the conversations based off being in the vicinity. So thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for joining.
Welcome. Yep. Thanks for attending. I can go ahead and give a brief background to our community association if Madam President will allow.
Madam President welcomes it. Thank you.
Yeah, the Summit Waller Community Association was started in 1993. I'm one of the founding members, and we have been involved in land use issues. We've been involved with parks, Puyallup School District issues, Franklin Pierce School District issues, Grange issues, illegal business issues. Yeah, lots of we've gotten awards from Pierce County Parks. We've gotten awards from Franklin Pierce School District. We like to get our names out, our Summit Waller Community Association brand out there as much as possible. We work hard to establish relationships with the school districts and Pierce County Council. Right now, I know that Brian Yamby would actually be at this meeting if it weren't for the extended Pierce County Council meeting today on this safety tax increase that they're dealing with at the council today. So that kind of gives a kind of a rundown.
Could I just sort of say that Larry downplayed it a little bit, that we haven't just been involved in, we've advocated for promotion of parks, for promotion of schools, and those things at Larry the Grange, and we've been successful in promoting those and getting those better for our efforts, and that's why we got the awards. And so Larry didn't want to take a lot of credit, but being a founding member, and Dan Hare's not here, but not far behind those was my wife, Sue Ferber, and we're on Waller Road as well. And so we've had a significant impact on what's going on in the neighborhood, and most importantly, maybe the land use and keeping this place as nice as it is when you moved in, and maybe you grew up here. We don't know, Cassie, where you come from, but anyway, that's we're a little bit better than Larry kind of let on. So
We've also advocated for Orange Gate Park, Pipeline Trail, and to pat John on the shoulder, him and his wife, or help organize our twice a year cleanup adopt a road on Waller Road from Pioneer Way all the way out to the freeway.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. I read a little bit. I've heard a little bit. So it'll be, I will follow you along and learn more.
And you can actually see some of our more specific endeavors on our Summit Waller Community Association website. You scroll through there, you can find our accomplishments.
Hey, and welcome to Mike.
Yes, my second meeting. I'm excited to be here.
That's right. We're glad you liked us enough to come back. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Other board members that aren't here tonight, Dan Hare, Russell,
Sandy, Sheila.
Russell Reed, who's our treasurer, Sandy, and
Sheila.
Sheila, yeah, are not online at the meeting tonight. And we have two open alternate board positions, which basically are there to have people in those two positions ready to take permanent board positions when board members leave the board.
Hey. All right, well, let's move from 1 to 2. So board meeting minutes would usually be next. John said that he did not have those as of right now, so we will go ahead and table them and move to our treasurer reports, which were submitted by Russell. Did everyone have a chance to look at those?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
I would like to mention that I've looked over all 3 months, and I would like to remind all the board members to make sure that they've paid their 2026 dues for our organization.
Yes, well, you and I are on this list, so we're good.
That's right.
Guilty, guilty.
So
And former board member Mark Gianoble is also on this current list of the last 3 months. So, you know.
Spark things.
So I move that the treasurer's report for December, January, and February be approved.
Do we have a second?
John.
Okay,
we got Ange. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the prior 3 months of treasurer reports from December, January, and February months. All in favor of approving the 3 reports?
Aye.
Any I see all ayes. Okay. The motion to approve the treasurer reports passes. And that moves us to Gabe, website and social media updates.
Alrighty. So we have now gone past 2,100 people in our Facebook group. So that's always a nice thing. We see growth.
2,000 what?
2,103 now. So it's
okay.
The last big update was when we hit 2,000. I don't remember when that was. Our engagements, as usual, up and down, but it's still an active group. And out of those 2,100 people, there's 1,700 actual active people on the group. So that's a lot of participation. So that's good to see. And then the website is pretty steady as far as traffic goes. There really hasn't been much change there. So I wouldn't expect anything additional other than people clicking to find out information on our community, like Larry suggested that people do. But otherwise, everything's par for the course. I did correct some errors and some omissions on the website that Larry pointed out to me over this last month, and got some things tidied up, but that's really it.
Thank you, Gabe. Just taking notes. Tidy. I wrote tied. It's supposed to be tidied. Up website. And if there's nothing further there, then we'll move on to new business. I forgot to cross out executive board review. So that's anyone, I'm not sure what notes you printed, but we can move past that because we already did it. And then we have Spring Adopter Road scheduled for May 30th. Is that date still good for everyone?
Still good.
Okay.
For me.
All right. So then maybe we can start advertising that online as well, so people get it on their calendar. Can we make it an event?
What's the question?
The question is, can we start making the Spring Adopt a Road an event on Facebook to encourage people to get it on their calendars and so that they get reminders that it's coming up?
Yeah, we can actually create an event.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we could probably do it sometime next month in April. That gives people ample notice to put it on their calendar.
Which then also moves us down to C, our annual community meeting, May 5th. That should also probably be an event put on our calendar. And when do we just want to plan that at our next meeting? Or did we want to have a separate planning meeting for that?
Well, I think Larry brought it up as we were waiting for you, and then that's why I added it to the agenda. I think it's good to start talking about it because if we want to invite any speakers, then we should probably start working with them now to get it on their calendars. I mean, especially if you want Councilmember Yambe there, 2 months in advance is probably a good rule of thumb, so he can work that into his schedule.
Okay.
I won't be there, Jen. As I was saying, I'm going to be out of town that entire week, and the week before and the week after. So,
Wow.
but I do have a box of cups and napkins and some other things that I can make sure you guys get. If we're going to have snacks and drinks and that sort of thing. So I'll make sure someone gets those. And then I also have some t-shirts too, if we want to auction or, kind of raffle off some t-shirts again this year. I can send those with somebody and let you guys take care of that. So.
And Russell is always good for that raffle issue stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I will be happy to ask Russell if he can donate some planters again this year. Happy to do that. And will our membership and community meeting be on the 5th of May?
Larry, may I interrupt for just a moment? That telephone ringing was Sandy, and she was asking if Gabe could send her a new link. She wasn't able to log on for some reason.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
He approves.
it's Sandy. She's worth interrupting for.
Sparky, you want to go outside? Hang on.
Okay, phones, dogs. I
you
left
mute
off
me?
with Angela has some supplies. That's what I left off with, and then you went ahead while
I've got a few supplies, and then I've got some more t-shirts too that we can raffle off.
Okay, t-shirts. Thank you.
And I said that I would contact Russell and ask him if he's willing to donate some planters again this year.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll talk to Brian.
And what's the date of our general membership and community meeting going to be in May?
It looks like it's May 5th this year.
May 5th? May 5th is the first Tuesday. If that's solid, then I can be there. The other three of the, I'll be gone for most of May to Florida.
Okay.
Visit grandchildren.
Would you, if somebody comes to mind now that you would like to invite as a community speaker, go ahead and say, besides, of course, Councilman Yambe, say it and I'll start working on contacting them. And if you think of somebody during the upcoming weeks that you're interested in, just email me and then I'll work on those invitations as well.
Oh, Sandy's online. Great. Welcome, Sandy.
Yay. Hi, Sandy.
Hi. Been trying to get on for 20 minutes, but I didn't have tonight's link.
No, it went out yesterday.
We're just glad you're here.
I got February's yesterday. I didn't get March.
I love your background.
Thanks. I wish I was there.
So we were just on new business. We were talking about the annual community meeting, May 5th, and everyone was kind of taking, well, and not everyone, but people were taking jobs. Like Larry's going to contact Russell about raffle prizes. Angela has some supplies. I was mentioning that if there's community members that we'd like to invite to speak that evening, let me know who you're interested in having, and I will get on that. That's where we left off.
Sorry to disrupt in the middle.
Nope, not at all. We're so glad to have you.
Yeah, I can't think of any one specific that we'd want to invite to speak. I mean, besides Councilmember Yambe to kind of give an overview of what he's working on, but I don't know. There's
Larry
nothing
Levine
kind of like, what's that?
Larry Levine might be willing to come out. He's got some things brewing in his brain about trails that might.
Yeah, he might be a good addition to the agenda.
To talk about what
we just have
specifically.
To give him a timer, otherwise he will talk all night.
You allocate a time and say, hey, here's what you have. Can you do it in that much time?
Yes.
Well, Pipeline Trail is pretty big news in our community these days. He's the executive director of Forever Green Trails, and which oversees all the trail systems in Pierce County. And I think he could give us a good update on maybe the future of trails in Pierce County, in particular, what we're looking at for Pipeline Trail. Or we can have somebody from Pierce County Parks. Sorry?
Is there anyone who would disagree with not wanting Larry to come out and speak for any reason? Okay, I'll include him then. Oh, John, did you raise your hand?
Oh, he was just saying he doesn't care.
I think that was a shrug. He's
got it.
If you wanted like maybe Larry and say Tiffany from Parks, maybe the two of them together could do, some updates or presentation. And if that's what you want, then I mean, I'm happy to reach out to Tiffany or.
I think that's a great idea, Angela.
There'll be a lot of questions about the park.
I also have something.
She might.
Sorry.
Yeah, because in 2026, they're supposed to start working on that entry point in the north 40 acres and starting to work on a parking lot, play area, picnic area, and phase 1 of a dog park. I think that's supposed to start sometime this year and go in through 2027. I think Tiffany, I think a lot of people are wondering how much longer the North 40 is going to be closed.
Yeah.
I see lots of people walking in there anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to go across the street and chase people out. I'll pick up garbage around the streets, but
Larry, there was also another reason that I would love to talk to Tiffany. There's something else I came up with. One of the neighbors that she ran into Tiffany and they were having a conversation about it, and she relayed it to me, and so it was something I wanted to talk to her about during the month. But my family has had a series of personal crises, and so it hasn't happened. I've just been trying to hold the fort down and keep us moving forward. But this would be a great segue into having that conversation with her. So I will.
So if we were to get Brian Yamby, Larry out, and Tiffany, that'd be good.
I think that'd be a nice evening. I think that'd be perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, if somebody else comes to mind, and just email, we can make it happen. Okay, Cassie. Thank you. All right,
I
I'll
think
write that down.
Cassie just offered a suggestion.
She did.
We might.
I'll write it down. Look into that. Okay. Area concerns and monitoring. As Larry sent us an email, and I am also glad to report the local district levies passed. Today I found out that if they hadn't passed, they would have closed the school that I work in. And so I'm really relieved that it passed. I didn't realize it was so dire in the Franklin Pierce district. So I think I
Can
have
you
a
tell
job
us
next year.
what any idea what the percentage was?
In Franklin
Oh
Pierce,
yeah,
it was high. It was
I have
like,
the
you have them both.
percentages.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
just briefly.
Yeah.
Just briefly, just
No,
quickly.
no, again, in Franklin Pierce School District, the Proposition 1 levy passed. It needed 50% plus one vote. Excuse me. It got 60%, 60.35%.
Okay.
So really good. Proposition 2 got 60.02% passage. So they easily surpassed what they needed. I don't know the figures. I'm assuming because both Franklin Pierce School and Puyallup School District thanked the voters. I'm assuming they got enough voters to vote to validate those wins. And Puyallup School District's Prop 1 got 55.28%. And there's a big article in the Tacoma News Tribune today about Puyallup School District has a $15 million budget crisis that they're going to have to deal with. That's outlined in this huge article in the Tacoma News Tribune this morning. But if the levy had not passed, it would have been extremely devastating to the Puyallup School District. In fact, these EP&O levies are on the ballot throughout the state of Washington. And as most people know, they fund all of the programs that the state of Washington does not fund through what the state calls basic ed. So stuff like sports and music and some special eds, orchestra, band, some counselors, para-eds, and other programs that they don't get money from the state for. And all school districts around the state of Washington depend on these extra local EP&O levies to basically prevent drastic, with a capital D, cuts in educational programs and sports.
Thank you, Larry.
They had a post come out a week ago talking about this deficit that they have, and some of the corrective actions that they're talking about is they're proposing reductions in the central office, eliminating 29 administrative and other central office positions, permanent calendar reductions of 5 to 10 days for administrative and exempt staff, a pause on vacation buybacks for administrative staff. They're talking about a permanent closure of the Puyallup High School pool. They are eliminating 10.5 positions of the dean role district-wide and 2.5 assistant principal positions. Looking at $1.7 million in custodial services, eliminating routine overtime, ending split shifts, and transitioning to an A-B cleaning schedule in some of the schools. They're taking $1 million from libraries and technology, including discontinuing take-home devices, which I'm not going to complain about. Reduction in library and paraeducator hours, which is going to be horrible. 20 certificated positions and $60,000 of athletics, including discontinuing high school gymnastics in the Puyallup district.
I'd like to add that there's a survey that Puyallup School District citizens can go to on their website. It's a survey regarding those cuts that's open for 5 more days till March 8th. And I would also like to point out that the passage of the EP&O levy benefited our Summit Waller community, because by that passage, then it opens up a path to where a bond in the future will be set to replace Waller Road School. And that's one of our, I think, goals in the future, is to make sure that our community school stays open and gets replaced. And also the Puyallup School District will announce who they are going to hire later on this month. They'll announce that later on this month, who the permanent superintendent will be for the Puyallup School District. Right now, they have an interim superintendent.
Right. Okay. Moving to traffic calming measures for 104th and Vickery and 72nd and Vickery. What did you have on that at the moment, Angela?
The only thing I have to report on is the street light at 104th and Vickery. I finally got an answer. After chasing City of Tacoma, Public Works, TPU, Pierce County. Finally, Pierce County is working with TPU to get a light reinstalled at 104th and Vickery. So
Okay.
Good.
TPU kept saying it wasn't us that took it down, and Pierce County's like, well, we're not allowed to work on the pole, so it wasn't our crew. So who was it that magically just came and took a street light down? And so, anyway, they're working on getting that reinstalled. And I do know that Councilmember Yambe has also talked about the likelihood of installing a four-way stop at 104th and Vickery. So I don't know when that'll happen. I don't know if that's in the current transportation improvement plan for, the next couple of years or not, but I'm guessing that'll be what we'll see here in the next couple of years. So
Okay. Does anyone know the date that the Waller and 72nd cams arrived? I just noticed them this past week.
I wasn't aware there were cams.
But I just don't know how long they've been there before I noticed them. No one else?
you're talking about cameras?
Mm-hmm.
Are they not
Yeah.
the security cameras from the tribe on the Faith Dairy area or in the parking lot, or are they actually on the corners?
Right. There's two watching the traffic on 72nd and Waller at that
Where are those
intersection.
cameras placed?
There's one on each. Now I'm trying to remember.
So you're
Are
not
they
talking about
traffic
the.
cams or
I'm gonna
emergency
have to
cameras?
go. I just noticed two cameras. I
Okay.
assumed they were traffic, but maybe there's something else.
There was a
I don't
large
think-
trailer with the blue flashing lights on it with our security camera setups. I saw that on the actual parking area of the tribal
no, these
area.
are installed by the intersection lights.
Okay, I didn't even notice that. I haven't seen them.
Okay.
Weird. Yeah, I drove through there this morning and this evening. I didn't see them.
They kind of blend in. They're kind of hidey. Took me a moment to find. My husband noticed one, and then I went around and looked for the other, and it took me a moment to notice it. So, all right.
Isn't it fairly common that there are cameras at major intersections?
Yeah. Yeah, they're usually up, up on, like, if there's a a street light that like the intersection light and it has the big arm with the lights hanging down. It's usually up mounted up on top of that. And it's not necessary. I mean, it's not for speeding or anything like that. It's just kind of general observation.
Monitoring.
Well, the ones on
Yeah.
top are usually there to actually see if there's traffic waiting for the signal. Those
Yeah.
ones that are put above the pole pointed down, if they're lower and they're like the black camera, especially if they have like the black solar dish on them, that's the flock camera system. That's not
Hmm.
actually for traffic control. That's for yeah, that's a rabbit hole that will make you guys go down.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know much about the cameras, so I'm learning something here. Okay. All right. 64th and Waller. I received an email back. Let me go dig it up here. From Sean Phelps. And he had talked to I'm gonna assume this is he says David and Chris. That's David Davies, is that right, Angela? Mm-hmm. And then Chris, I don't know who Chris is. Chris, let's see if it's he said
Probably,
he referenced
probably someone from the roads division in the office of county engineer.
David Davis. Could it be Chris Story? Is that a familiar name? Chris Story.
Maybe.
Maybe he's Tacoma. Oh, you know what? He might be Tacoma. All right. Jen, I've heard back from both David and Chris. See the email string below. It sounds like the county and city are making some progress, but the final design of the project won't be completed until 2027 or 28, and hopefully construction will follow shortly after. There's a link to the city project that will add a sidewalk and bike lanes on the Tacoma part. David said the county will be coordinating with the city on their project and will be evaluating the feasibility of additional transportation improvements in the vicinity. The current county webpage only lists the work being done within the creek channel. He gave that link. And he said check back toward the end of the year for additional progress reports. And then the email string just talks mostly about the surface water management project. So that's about it. So not a lot, but something. And kind of my point in contacting them was so that they don't forget about us, and they keep it in mind that we'd like this improvement in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and I talked to David last week in passing when we were at the office, and he said even though there's no money in the current surface water improvement plan, which is basically the capital plan for surface water management division for that specific project, he also realizes and recognizes that we might have an opportunity to have a little bit more synergy with the city of Tacoma's project. So they don't build something and then just right at the city county line stop, and then we're still left with, what we have on the county side. So he's working on it. He's trying to get a little bit creative, even though even though the county doesn't have any budget for the project at the moment. So it's a bit in flux, and it kind of puts the county in a difficult spot at the moment. But I know David recognizes it and is working on it, because it could be a good opportunity to get some things that the county needs while the city is already doing their project at the same time. So
yeah.
And just FYI, Chris is a project manager with Tacoma Public Works Engineering.
Ah, nice. All right, well, let's just keep advocating for it. And that's all we can do. If our community shows interest and it's good for the community and we keep plugging away, I mean, who knows? I know magic doesn't help money to appear, but
yeah,
let's see what happens.
But I do know that if there is enough public pressure for a specific project or advocate for it to change, a certain deficiency at an intersection or a stream crossing, whatever that might be. If there's enough pressure, they, the council and the department can change their budget mid-biennium or for the next biennium.
Okay.
So they could potentially make space for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, defer something else.
Yeah. And that happens all the time, right? Some projects are gonna get stalled out, so then you could pick something else up and
Yep.
vice versa.
Any news and announcements to be made? Okay, seeing none. Do we
So-
have anything that we're missing that we should be discussing tonight that somebody has thought of, but it didn't make it to the agenda?
Oh, well, just going back to the dates when we're going to announce these things. So giving a couple months is good, not only for the people that are speaking, but also just kind of a mental thing for people to be queued up. So just a post, not an event, set up on our Facebook page. Now would be a good idea saying, hey, in 2 months, we're going to be having our annual meeting. And then at the end of this month, we can then post in 2 months, we're going to be having our Adopt a Road. So there's some ramp up to it before we just go up an event, and it's going to just be in a few weeks. So, give people some time if they want to see what's going on. Because every so often we hear, oh, I didn't even know what's happening. Well, it's probably because they didn't see that one post that one time they were checking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and post about the annual community meeting, probably
Okay.
today or tonight or tomorrow. And then I'll do another one for the Adopt a Road later this month. And then we'll do it again in the weeks leading up to it, more frequently the
Yeah.
closer we get.
And then I do have like a monthly meeting that gets automated. It's like, the automatic announcement it's basically like the week before. So it would have been last week that it gives people about a week's notice for these meetings that were in here. And I'm pretty sure in there I mentioned something about the annual meeting, but I can actually make that maybe a little bit more visible too, to let people know that that's coming up.
Yeah, I have no problem just typing up a quick thing just to let people know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
just
I'm
an
just saying we should
individual
do both.
post. Yeah.
We should do both, Gabe, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
All right. And if there's nothing else, do
I'd
we
like to make
have
a motion
Okay.
to adjourn the meeting.
Yes. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. It has been motioned and seconded to adjourn our meeting tonight. All in favor? Any opposed to adjourning? Seeing that, our meeting is adjourned at 7:44 this evening.